speaking journalists on his return from Mongolia. Pope Francis touches on a variety of topics, including the upcoming Synod General Assembly, and reiterates that his last words to young Russian Catholics are an invitation not to forget their cultural heritage. Vatican News beginning with question from a journalist from the host country of the 43rd Apostolic Journey. He received questions on variety of topics. Below is the English transcription and translation of the press conference. Jargalsaikhan Dambadarjaa My question is, what was your main goal for this visit, and are you satisfied with the result? Pope Francis: The idea of visiting Mongolia came to me while thinking about the small Catholic community. I make these trips to visit Catholic communities, also to engage in a dialogue with history and culture of the people, mysticism of a people. It is important not to think of evangelization as proselytism. Proselytism always constrains. Pope Benedict said that faith grows not by proselytism, but by attraction. The proclamation of the Bible enters into a dialogue with culture. There is an evangelization culture and also an incultuation of the Bible, because Christians also express Christian values through the culture, their own people. The journey for me was get know the people of Mongolia, engage in dialogue with them, take in their culture, and accompany the Church on its journey with great respect for them and their culture. Ulambadrakh Markhaakhuu Today. As your Divinity says, the conflict between civilizations can only be resolved through dialogue. Can Ulan Bator present himself as a platform for an international dialogue between Europe and Asia? There is something very interesting which supports this dialogue. I allow myself to call myself the third neighbor mystic. You think that Ulan Bator is the capital of a country farthest from the sea. And we can say that your land is between two great powers, Russia and China. That's why mystique is try have a dialogue even with your third neighbors. You do not despise these two because you have good relations with both, but from a craving for universality. Show values to the whole world and take their values from others in order engage in dialogue. It is curious that throughout history, seeking other lands was often confused with colonialism or the idea of entering domination. Instead, you have the philosophy of going outside to engage in dialogue with this mystic of the third neighbor. I really like this statement from the third neighbor. Cristina Cabrejas Yesterday. You sent a message the Chinese people asking Catholics be good citizens after the country's authorities did not allow bishops go Mongolia. How are relations with China right now? And any news about Cardinal Zuppi's trip to Beijing and his mission to Ukraine? Cardinal Zuppi's mission is a peace mission I've assigned to him. He made a plan to visit Moscow, Kiev, USA and Beijing. Cardinal Zuppi is a man of great dialogue and univ.